50-man roster to play. Jonathan Gannon today said that he will decide whether or not Murray will start at some point this evening or maybe tomorrow. Now, if he's not activated, our boy Clayton Tune's going to get his first NFL start.
And Jeff Driscoll will be the backup quarterback.
Yeah,
I can't imagine
excited about that.
I can't imagine them going to. They left today to go back to Cleveland. That they would not activate when Kyler Murray one way or the other. I mean, if he's still questionable, I just assume he's going to be activated. I mean, otherwise, if you didn't feel good about him being activated, why would you take him? Because he full practice, full bore, full go. I knew Clayton Tune was getting the majority of the reps with the first team.
Yeah, I mean, why is this such a big deal?
Well, it's just that's what they're
seems
making.
Like this is like it's like I feel like it's the middle of summer.
Yeah.
We have nothing else to talk about the Cardinals. And you're talking about their third string offensive line backup, and now all it is talking about the damn Kyler Murray. Just let it go. Whatever happens, happens. Why, as talking heads, we got to make such a big deal about it?
Because here's
this whole market just won't shut up about it.
Here's the thing, Rock. If he is your franchise quarterback, he is healthy. You activate him and you play him.
But maybe he's not fully healthy. Oh, here's Sean Salisbury joins us now on the Right to It Guest here on Fox Sports 910. How we doing there, Sean? What's up, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How are you guys?
I'm all right.
Listen to this conversation. Tell me about it. What's happening?
Well, it's been Kyler Murray starting, not starting. All this gamesmanship that goes on all week on what quarterback's going to go. You find out Deshaun Watson's going today. But we can't find out if Clayton Tune's going to go, and your buddy Jeff Driscoll was in Houston. He's now the third guy. It's just I don't know. I guess I've been doing this a little too long, Sean. Where I'm just tired of having conversations if a guy's going to start or not.
And gamesmanship with a rookie quarterback. If your franchise guy is good to go, you got to start him. Or I think, Sean, you'll have a mutiny in that locker room, wanting guys to try to win this game and not have a guy just fill in.
Yeah, are we sure that the guys want Kyler Murray to play?
Well,
players?
I think
that's another thing. Yeah. Well, what would it be? Me saying don't play him? I mean, I'm being a bit hyperbolic. I'm kidding, but
yeah.
I see where both of you see. Rock, I'm on your side when it comes to the listen. If I got in, and Manuch, I think this is what you're saying as well. You got a superstar. Well, put it this way: superstar paid quarterback.
Yeah, very good.
Who has been out and done all this. Superstar paid quarterback because he hasn't played like a superstar much except for times throughout his career,
sure,
but sustaining it. So he's been out and all the excitement. If I'm a defense preparing for them, I'm preparing for Kyler Murray, and if I get Clayton Tune, great. So the gamesmanship, you're not fooling me. Exactly. That's because Clayton Tune here at Houston, Clayton Tune may end up being a really good player. He was solid here. He could move. He's got sneaky speed, and he threw the ball damn well. I think he's got a chance to be pretty good, and I think had he, depending on the situation of draft, he could have been drafted even higher depending on needs for somebody. But that being said, if you're making a couple $100 million and you're pronounced fit, your ass better be playing.
Sure.
But if it's not, if I'm not starting you and you're fit, why? You've had all this time, so that's on your side, Manuch, with it. But Rock, I'm with you. The gamesmanship. Now, if it was between Dan Marino, who doesn't move, and somebody who does, then you're preparing for similar offenses. You're preparing for the offense, and then no. So I always prepare. I err on the side of supposed better player. I'm erring for Kyler Murray because if he plays, I got to be able to deal with all the stuff he does. If he doesn't, I get a rookie who I'll have all this stuff ready for anyway, and I better be able to adjust on the sidelines if we're not doing it. So I think that preparation when quarterbacks can do both things, I know what their system is, so I'm preparing for the system and their best player, supposedly, at least a quarterback, and Kyler Murray. If I get Clayton Tune, then I'm ahead of the curve, you'd think. But yeah, if Kyler Murray's pronounced fit and ready to go and he doesn't play, I want to know why he's pronounced fit and ready to go or why he's not playing. That's how I'd approach it. That's the way I look at it.
All right, Sean, I'm going to give you the keys as a general manager of the Arizona Cardinals. You're taking over today. Knowing that your team's going to finish last, most likely, and you're going to get that first round pick, and we know who that is or could be. Do you push to get Kyler out there to showcase him with all the certain uncertainty in quarterbacks now? I mean, there's so many guys that are going down that everyone. There's a GM out there that would take a flyer on him, wouldn't they? I mean, on Kyler, maybe not.
Yeah. Well, listen, we know they're not very good, right? I'm not sure they're going to win 5 more games with Kyler than they would with Clayton Tune. Are you guys? The answer is no, correct?
No, correct, yes.
Correct. Do you think you're going to, I mean, right now, not knowing, coming off an injury, all the stuff that's surrounded, should we keep him as our franchise quarterback, all those things. We know he's got great ability, Murray. We know this, but with all the stuff, are we sure that, I mean, who gives you a better chance to win right now? I don't know yet because I haven't seen Kyler after, this time off, but he's supposed to with the way he got paid. Here's how I'd go about it. I would simply say we're riding the guy we paying all this money to out for two reasons. One is if he really is the great Kyler Murray, we'll win a bunch of games, and he needs the experience heading into 2024 because he's our future. If he plays poorly, then we're going to draft the quarterback number one anyway, and we're getting rid of him anyhow, and people are going to take a flyer out in the offseason. We just may not be able to do the things because you're not moving him now. You can't trade him. Mm-hmm. Trade deadline's passed, right? Mm-hmm. So you're stuck with it. So now with him. So he's my guy. I got to ride him out. We're not going to playoffs. We're not a on the cusp team. So you play Kyler Murray, and if it doesn't work out, then you just deal with it in the offseason. If it does work out, then you got two choices. One is, let's say he plays great and you win 5 in a row. Then at least I know he's come back. This is the guy who he's supposed to be. He's changed his work habits, all those things. If it doesn't, I'm drafting a quarterback first more than likely anyway. Well, what if we don't know about Clayton Tune? Well, I got news for you. If you pick first, guess who you're taking Drake May or Caleb Williams or somebody anyway, more than likely. It happened here in Houston with Davis Mills, right, guys? Mills, 3rd-round pick, gave him the season and a half. It didn't work out. He's still on the roster, but they went and got C.J. Stroud, new coach, and you guys are not going to change coaches in a year. But so for me, I'm not going to keep Kyler Murray on the sidelines. If he's healthy enough to play, I got to showcase him for other teams in the offseason. Yeah. If I'm going to get rid of him, and I also got to find out if he can help us win. I'm not saving Kyler Murray if he's healthy. I want him to play.
And Sean, I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I think the one thing you said there is if he does play great, as Rock alluded to, auditioning him in front playing great, then you go, okay, good. Now we can trade him because our eyes are on Caleb Williams, if that's the way they want to go. And they've proven, proven that he's tradable. He's got value to move on to some other team.
Right, where you can go get a couple extra assets that, like, I don't know about you guys. You guys are there with the buzz on hearing about it all the time. I get the feeling that the Kyler Murray thing, regardless of what happens with him this year, they're going to try. Let's say they don't play well. Even if he played great over the next half the season, are they convinced that it's time to move on no matter how he plays? I don't know the answer to this with them in-house, but are they convinced that this is simply an audition? If he plays great, then we're going to trade him for a first-round pick in the offseason because there'll be some teams that want him because the guy's got phenomenal ability. We know that. And maybe he's made a change and a shift in paradigms about the way he's prepared and winning over teammates and not wanting to do something that everybody else doesn't want to do. And then you go get Caleb Williams. Or they say, well, if he plays great, we're keeping him. I personally think that the audition is here. Don't you guys?
Absolutely.
No matter what. If you're the first pick of the draft, you're going to get a quarterback and going to find out let's say you were going to get a second rounder and a conditional 4th or 5th for him at the end of the season. But now if he plays well or plays really good, you say, well, that goes to a 1st and a 4th, conditional 3rd if we get him. And then somebody like jumps on him like the Washington football or somebody, I don't think they're going to do it. I'm just using them as an example. Somebody or the Rams jump all over him and say they want him if Matthew Stafford's only going to play another year, but I think he's going to play 4 more. I don't know where he'd end up, but I can tell you this, if he plays well, you'll get more assets from him. But I don't think 3 years from now, Kyler Murray's your starting quarterback, or 2 years from now. The problem is he's making a lot of money that somebody's going to have to take on.
How was your Rangers parade? Did you enjoy it?
I'm 4 hours away. I don't go to parades unless it's for me. Okay?
We thought you might have taken the jet.
Unless it's the Rose Bowl parade, the march. What's the damn march? The Irish. What is that damn thing called? St. Patrick's Day parade down on South Green. St. Patrick's Day on South Greenville in Dallas. But I'm in Houston. If it's not a parade I've never been to a championship parade other than when we won the Grey Cup. Honest to God, truth. I haven't. And as you could tell, I'm not getting many parades thrown for me, so I'm paradeless right now. But I'm sure it was pretty awesome.
So give us an update before we let you go on PSF, Pro Sports Fans, and the app. Give us the latest. I know we're going to be doing a live shot here at 4:00.
A ton of stuff going on. The technology with the way we're at a point now where every game's covered and the metrics of the app go up. It's that fan-friendly app, guys. The engagement for a fan, we have a slogan, every day's game day, and coming down the pike, just for you to understand, and I know you guys do, is the peer-to-peer wagering on our site. Peer-to-peer is a game
I will
changer.
Destroy you, Manu. Love it.
Peer-to-peer wagering. You don't have to leave the site. The wallet will be on there, and a couple other big partners have come our way that we're deciding on that. So it's going good. But more importantly, the great fan app, and we got great talent on it. It's the best fan engagement app on the planet. We're doing something that nobody else is doing.
I love it. It's PSF. You can find it on your app store. Great about it too is that peer-to-peer. Manu chose me about 18 hats. And all the bets that he's lost over the years and 18 years of doing this. So having that wallet on there is perfect. I'll get paid.
Yeah, and guess what? Yeah, you don't have to say, hey, I'll catch you later. It's fast pay makes fast friends. And now, so each hat costs about $30, 30 times 18. You do the math. He's already down like $400 to you. So you're double or nothing on your first peer-to-peer, guys.
I love it. I was tired of him saying you can supersize it. I mean, that got old after a while because you can't do that anymore.
Hey, Sean, I love you too, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate the backup there.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate
I'll catch you in 2047.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kidding.
Appreciate it.
Have a great weekend. That's Sean Salisbury.